UFC Fight Night Noche, quick picks, quick predictions, Lopes versus Silva, solid main event, terrible card overall. I'm going to break down every single fight on the card, give you my quick picks, my quick predictions. Before we go ahead and get into it, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and let's start it off with the early prelim opener of Rodrigo Cezinando versus Danil Donchenko. Terrible first fight, both new to the UFC. I'm not 100% sure if this is tough or if this is like both these guys are brand new, fresh in the UFC. Not 100% sure. I think they just added this fight. Didn't even know this was on the card. It's a welterweight belt, or a welterweight bout. I'm gonna go with Rodrigo Cezinando because I do respect his wins more than Danil Donchenko. But this is like a 50-50 fight. I don't know who's going to win this one, to be honest. So don't really trust my pick on this one, but I'm going to go Rodrigo. Looks more dangerous. He's got more finishing capabilities than Danil. And I think he's got a higher ceiling. He's a bit older, got more experience. Obviously Danil's got more fights, but I think Rodrigo's fought the better competition. So I'll say he gets it done. Maybe finds a finish. You never know, man. These early fights are actually terrible. We're going to move on, though. Montserrat Rendon versus Alice Pereira. Initially, I thought, "Oh crap, is this Alex Pereira's sister?" No, it's not. It's another Pereira, and there is probably the biggest age gap I've ever seen in the UFC. I don't know if it's the biggest age gap. At least it's got to be the biggest age gap in WMMA. 36 years old for Montserrat Rendon and 19 years old for Alice Pereira. I mean, she's literally my age. I don't understand. Alice Pereira, 19 years old. Somehow she's getting put in the UFC. She's already in here. She's 6-0. Montserrat Rendon has had a couple fights in the UFC. She beat Tamiris Vidal. Notoriously beat Tamiris Vidal by split decision. Like a classic Tamiris Vidal fight. She beat her by split decision, and then she just lost to Daria Zelenia. I'm not even going to try to say Daria Zeleniakova. I'm pretty sure that's how you say it. But terrible fight. Terrible fight. Another terrible fight. I'm going to go Alice Pereira. Younger, faster, got a bit more momentum. Montserrat's literally 36 years old. There's a 17-year age gap? 17-year age gap? Montserrat is almost double the age of Alice Pereira. So I'm going to go Alice Pereira. Probably by decision, let's be honest. So we'll say she gets it done by decision in her debut. But we will move. I think they just took Montserrat because they're desperate for Mexican fighters. I mean, these guys aren't even Mexican. They're desperate for Mexican fighters. So they got Rendon on this fight card. But I'm going Alice Pereira as the quick pick, probably by decision. We move on to the fight where I do actually know these fighters. Finally, we got Jesus Aguilar versus Luis Garul. Garul just got chinned by Ode Osborne brutally. I picked that. I predicted that. Luis Garul, these guys get chinned by Ode Osborne. They just do, And Jesus Aguilar just got dominated by, who was it? I'm pretty sure it was one of the Brazilians. Was it Felipe Bunez or was it Estevam? I think it was Estevam. I'm pretty sure it was Estevam. Anyways, Jesus Aguilar just lost his last fight. He kind of got grappled to a loss by decision. And I think Aguilar has a solid chance to win this fight. I do like Aguilar in this one, being the same height, kind of the same reach as Luis Garul. Obviously, Garul's got a bit more of a reach, but when Jesus Aguilar isn't fighting a lengthy striker or a lengthy grappler, he does well. He does well. He's got great guillotines. He's got great shots inside the pocket. I don't trust Luis Garul. Garul didn't even really deserve to be put in the UFC. He's older as well. I don't even think he's 31. I'm pretty sure he's older than that, but I don't think he should be in the UFC. He won his fight to get into the UFC by split decision. Then he got chinned by Ode Osborne. I think Jesus Aguilar is actually pretty good. Besides fighting guys who are lengthy and good grapplers, he does well. He fought, I think he fought Tyra on short notice, got subbed, and he lost to Rafael Estevam. I'm pretty sure it's Estevam. And those are fair losses. So I'm going to say Jesus Aguilar gets this one done. I'm going to say he finds a finish over Luis Garul in the second or third round. So that'll be my quick pick, Jesus Aguilar by finish. We move on to the next fight, Alessandro Costa versus Alden Correa. I looked a little bit into Alden Correa. He's not bad, but I don't think he's the level of Alessandro Costa. We haven't seen Costa fight since I think it was UFC 301. I'm pretty sure it was 301. It's been a long time since we've seen Costa fight. But in his last fight, he did well. I'm pretty sure he got the TKO over Kevin Borjas. I think it was a leg kick TKO. So we haven't seen him in a minute, but I do think Costa's still good. He's obviously got his training, his gym and his training camp out in Mexico. So, he's training with Diego Lopes and all these guys and Alexa Grasso, I'm pretty sure. I think that's his gym. So, he's got a good training camp. He's around good fighters, and I think he's a pretty good fighter overall. Alessandro Costa obviously can be put down, can be chinned, but he's pretty technical. He's got power in his hands. He's got good grappling, good BJJ. I think he gets this one done. So give me Alessandro Costa as the quick pick, as the early pick. I don't know exactly how he's going to get it done, but I'll definitely lean Alessandro Costa to get this one done over the debut guy in Alden Correa, who hasn't really seen any great competition. We move on to the next fight, Zachary Reese versus Cedric Dumas, man. Is Dumas going to be in the octagon with his ankle monitor, with his ankle brace on? No idea. No idea if he's off parole, if he's good to go, but apparently he is. Apparently he is, and he seems hungrier than ever. And honestly, I'm not going to be surprised if we see the goofiest knockout in this fight. This is going to be the silliest, goofiest knockout. We've seen Zachary Reese get slammed TKO'd. We've seen him get KO'd by the ref, against notoriously against who was it? Bakoyev. He got KO'd, and then he got KO'd again when the ref pushed his head to the canvas. That was so funny. And Cedric Dumas has had some goofy ass losses and some goofy ass wins as well. Got KO'd by Oleksiejczyk in his last one. I think he got hit with the forearm. It wasn't even a punch. It was just a slap from Oleksiejczyk's forearm, and he went down and got finished. It was a bit of an early stoppage, but whatever. It's Cedric Dumas. Who cares? But I'm going to lean with Zachary Reese in this one. I mean, Cedric Dumas is bad. He is bad unless he can grapple heavy in this fight and not get subbed. I think Zachary Reese is actually a decent striker. He's just got bad fight IQ at moments. He's been slam TKO'd, and he got slam TKO'd by the ref and Bakoyev. So, as long as he doesn't pull guard or pull for an like a leg triangle or an arm bar, I swear if he does it, man, I swear if he does, this is how he gets KO'd every time as he tries to play guard. If Zachary Reese just never played guard, he would actually be a pretty good fighter. But we're going to trust in Zachary Reese to not play guard here, have a striking matchup, and just be the better striker, which I think he is. So give me Zachary Reese as the quick pick. I'm going to say he gets a KO in this one. We move on to the next fight, Tatiana Suarez versus Amanda Lemos. Should be on the main card, isn't, because we know how boring this fight is going to be. This is a terrible fight, boring decision, terrible fight, terrible matchup, waste of 15 minutes of our lives. We know how this is going to go. Boring decision for Tatiana Suarez. She's going to get a takedown. She's going to hold Lemos down. 15 minutes control time. There we go. Decision. Tatiana Suarez, unanimous decision. Boring, boring, boring. Terrible fight, terrible fight, terrible fight. Makes this card just even worse. Makes this card even worse. I don't care if these are the most high-ranked WMMA fighters. It's a terrible matchup. It's a boring matchup. There's no potential for this to be fun. I'm praying that I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. Give me Tatiana Suarez by decision as the quick pick for one of the most boring fights on the card. We move on to is this the main prelim? No, it's not. No, it's not. Claudio Puelles versus Joaquin Silva. Terrible fight, man. Terrible fight. We haven't seen Puelles in a while. I think he got KO'd in his last one. Was it against Dan Hooker? Was that how long ago it's been? Anyways, I know Puelles has had an on-off career. Joaquin Silva as well. And Silva's getting up there in age. He obviously had that tough fight with Arman Sarukian. He almost knocked Arman out, but then got TKO'd on the ground. And he lost his last one against Close, where he got taken down by Drakkar Close and just held down and stuff. Kind of boring. I'm going to lean Claudio Puelles, even though we haven't seen him in a while. I think he is the better striker here. I think Joaquin Silva's slowing down. He's getting up there in age, and he doesn't really have it still. So I'm going to go Claudio Puelles as the quick pick. I've got no confidence in this pick, though. This is a 50-50. Another terrible fight. Another terrible one to try and predict, because it's just like when they're low-level matchups like this, it's so hard to predict because we have no... I can't watch tape and confidently say, Joaquin Silva is going to land that big overhand right and knock Puelles out, or Puelles is gonna stuff the takedowns and get a takedown of his own and reverse the bit. I can't confidently say anything about this fight, so I'm just gonna go with Claudio Puelles as the quick pick. We move on to the main prelim. Just the main prelim. Jose Medina versus Dusko Todorovic. This is how low level this fight night is. I actually can't. This is Apex level. This is an Apex level fight night in front of a live crowd in San Antonio. I'm embarrassed for the people in San Antonio. Jose Medina lost every fight in the UFC. Got chinned in his last one by Atiba Gauthier, the Francis Ngannou 2.0. Can't blame him, really, but Jose Medina's kind of just had a career on having a good chin, and that got cracked last time. Dusko Todorovic, same thing. He had a scrappy fight with Zachary Reese in his last one. Jose Medina also fought Zachary Reese. Both these guys lost a decision to Zachary Reese, but I would say Dusko Todorovic did better. He's younger. He still has some stuff going for him. His chin seemed pretty good against Reese, to be honest, and I'm going to go Dusko Todorovic. Jose Medina is a moving punching bag. He's a moving punching bag, a fat, slobby punching bag. He's nothing but a punching bag. He has nothing for his opponents. He doesn't throw anything of value. He doesn't throw any power back at you. And he's not even dangerous. So give me Dusko Todorovic to win a decision. It's going to be boring. I have a feeling this one's going to be boring as well because Jose Medina does have a good chin. Even though Gauthier got him out of there, that was with a knee. I don't see Dusko landing a shot like that. I just see him winning a decision. 12-6 record, 11-5 record. I mean, what are we doing putting this in front of a crowd? What are we doing putting this in front of the crowd? This should be in the Apex, the early prelim opener of an Apex. It shouldn't even be in the UFC. But we're just forget about it, right? Just forget about it. It's going to be bought by everybody. It's going to be a full crowd in San Antonio in front of this whole crowd. We're going to have these boring, terrible fights, but it is what it is, man. We move on to the main card, which is terrible as well. Rob Font, Raul Rosas Jr. got canceled. Chiwiwis had to pull out, unfortunately. Makes the card even worse. We were going to have some memes with Chiwiwi get beat up by Rob Font, but whatever. We got Kelvin Gastelum versus Dustin Stoltzfus. Kelvin Gastelum's last fight in the UFC. All right, we'll take it, I guess. Not a terrible fight. I'm going to go Kelvin Gastelum against Dustin Stoltzfus. Dustin can make it tricky. He can knock some guys out from time to time. He can sub guys from time to time. The problem is Kelvin Gastelum isn't really finishable, and I think he's just going to piece him up at range. Kelvin Gastelum, even though he's got terrible eating habits, doesn't make weight like 50% of the time. I think he's still the better striker. I think he's the more talented guy out of the two. Dustin's, he has had some scraps. He's knocked out some guys, but I don't see him finishing Kelvin Gastelum, obviously. So I'm going to go Kelvin Gastelum by decision. Boring. Like there's just nothing to say about this card besides the fact that it's boring. Give me Kelvin Gastelum by boring unanimous decision to open up the main card. Then what do we got next? Rafa Garcia versus Jared Gordon. This is on the main card. This is what we're supposed to be excited for on the main card of a live fight night in front of a crowd, a crowded arena. Like, come on, UFC. Rafa Garcia, Jared Gordon, terrible fight. I understand why they got Rafa Garcia here. He's the Mexican guy in front of the Mexican crowd, even though it's in San Antonio, whatever. I'm going to go Jared Gordon. Jared Gordon slept his last opponent, Thiago Moises, brutally as well, and I picked Thiago Moises, was very shocked with that KO, but Jared Gordon could arguably be on a 5-fight win streak. He arguably beat Paddy Pimblett. He arguably beat, was it Nasrat Haqparast? I'm not too sure. But, and he just beat Thiago Moises. He should be on a decent win streak right now, but he's had a lot of robbery decisions and a lot of close fights. But I'm going to lean Jared Gordon to get this one done. I'm going to say it gets done by decision. Rafa Garcia is tough. Pretty difficult to finish unless you can sub him or ground and pound TKO him. But I don't see Jared Gordon really doing that. Jared kind of needs to land that big shot like he did in his last one. And if he lands that on Rafa, I expect Rafa to eat it. But I'll go Jared Gordon to just land the bigger shots throughout the fight, have the bigger ooh-ah moments, have the crowd a bit more, oh, wow, we finally got a moment on this fight card kind of thing, But I'm going to lean Jared Gordon to get this one done by decision as the early and the quick pick. We move on to the next fight, the co-main event, Rob Font versus David Martinez. The co-main event is Rob Font versus David Martinez. Martinez has one fight in the UFC against a bum in Oliveira. Not Charles Oliveira. The other guy. The other Oliveira has a bum win against him in, what was it? Was it the last Noche card? I'm pretty sure. Or the last Mexico City card. Something like that, man. He got a KO. Whatever. Good for him. He wasn't supposed to fight Rob Font. It was obviously supposed to be Chiwiwis against Rob Font. Then Chiwiwis pulled out. David Martinez was fighting somebody else. Switched his fight to fight Rob Font. I'm going Rob Font. I don't care if there's an 11-year age gap. I don't care if, people are like, oh, Rob Font's washed and all this and all that. Even though he had a close fight in his last one against, what's his name? The Brazilian guy, the Brazilian kid. I think David Martinez is too green. He's too young. Rob Font is one of the best boxing. He's one of the best boxers in the bantamweight division. He still has great defense, great hands. He's in and out, very quick still for 38 years old, and he's still got power in his hands. I say he drops David Martinez at some point in this fight. He lands some big shots on David Martinez. I think Martinez will throw back. He'll throw in the pocket, but I think Rob Font's going to damage Martinez's face pretty bad in this fight. I think he's going to cut up his face, brutalize him a little bit, and we'll see a decision win for Rob Font. I don't see David Martinez getting into the pocket and landing the bigger shots than Rob Font when Rob Font's got a big reach advantage. He's got a height advantage. He might be older, but he's got good striking, man. His boxing is very underrated. His defense is very underrated. And David Martinez doesn't have a takedown threat. like Rob Font's last fight against the Brazilian kid. I think Rob Font's going to get this one. I think he's going to get this one by decision. And I think this will be a pretty good scrap, to be honest. I think this might be, if there's going to be a fight of the night, it's either going to be the co-main or the main for sure, because it's the only fights that we can kind of care about, the only fights that I'm going to be watching. But give me Rob Font as the early pick, as the quick pick by decision. I think he's just going to beat up David Martinez for 3 rounds, land the bigger shots, land the bigger damaging shots, and make the more damaging moments on David Martinez's face. I think he'll cut him up, maybe land an elbow, an uppercut here and there, a nice straight right. Like I can see him landing big shots and beating up David Martinez and having him bloodied up by the end of the fight. So give me Rob Font by decision. We move on to the main event, the only fight on the card that I really care about: Diego Lopes versus Jean Silva. Very entertaining fight, very fun fight. It sucks that we have a terrible card leading up to this banger main event. Like, this is a great main event, and we have this terrible, trash, horrible, dog shit main card, and this terrible card overall. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. It's a terrible fight card, UFC. I hope everybody understands how bad this card is, but at least there's a good main event. You know, at least there's something to be excited for. But if something happened in this main event and somebody had to pull out or something, this card would be just scrap the card at that point. But Diego Lopes, Jean Silva, main event, featherweight, on the line. Jean Silva, ranked number 10. Diego Lopes, ranked number 2. If Jean Silva wins this fight, he gets boosted all the way up into the top 5. Big, big fight. Big title implications for Jean Silva and Diego Lopes, to be fair. Lopes just lost to Volkanovski, got beat up for 5 rounds, got hit with some big shots, got stumbled, and just kind of got out technicality for 5 rounds. And that's the problem, is when you try to go technicality for technicality with Volk, he's going to beat you. But if you're a dog like Jean Silva and you just throw fire and throw caution to the wind and just go into fights and just try to kill your opponent and try to knock out your opponent, that's how you beat. That's how you beat Volkanovski. So Jean Silva, I think, is a future title contender. I think he is very dangerous. Since Jean Silva got in the UFC, since he's been fighting, I've been hyping up this guy. I've been on this guy's tail, and I've been taking him in every single fight. I picked him in every single fight he's fought in. So give me Jean Silva in this one. He's a big favorite. I don't think he should be such a big favorite, but I think he's going to beat Diego Lopes. I think he's going to knock out Diego Lopes inside of 2 or 3 rounds. Diego Lopes is just a little too wild for me. Jean Silva is wild, but he connects with clean shots. Diego Lopes is wild, but he can get clipped. And we saw that against Volk. He got hit with big shots. If Jean Silva lands those shots, I think he drops Diego Lopes, and I think he finishes him on the ground. Obviously, Diego Lopes is good BJJ. Jean Silva will have to be careful. But the aura maxing from Jean Silva has been crazy. It is crazy, and I think it's just going to carry into this fight. Jean Silva will get this fight done. He will win this fight, whether it be by finish or just mauling decision. I think he wins this fight. He's training harder than any fighting nerd. I think he's the most talented fighting nerd. A lot of the fighting nerds say, oh, it's Rufy the most talented. It's Rufy. I think it's Jean Silva. He's got a crazy background story. He's fighting for everything, and I think he wins this fight, man. Give me Jean Silva to win this main event against Diego Lopes, either by KO or by decision, but I think he gets it done, finds a finish over Diego Lopes in impressive fashion, and I think he jumps the line and might get that title shot against Volk, or maybe he fights Evloev. Jean Silva in the top 5 is a very exciting thing to see. I'm very excited to see that. You know, Diego Lopes could turn him back. He is dangerous. He is scrappy. He does have nice shot selection, and he can find KOs with uppercuts and stuff, but I just don't see Jean Silva letting himself get caught. And I think if he does trade in the pocket with Diego Lopes, he will land the bigger shot. So give me Jean Silva as the quick, early pick for this main event. The only good fight on this card. This fight is terrible, or this fight card is terrible. Overall, terrible Noche card. They shouldn't even have it. They should have put it somewhere else, not had a Noche card this month, but it is what it is. We'll settle with this main event. Good main event. Terrible card, though. We'll take it, whatever, I guess. It's a UFC card. It is what it is. Let me know what you guys think about this card down below, because I think it's trash. I think it's horrible. I think it's a waste of time. You know, every prelim fight's terrible. Most of the main card fights are terrible. Excuse me, I'm tripping up over my words because I'm so mad, but at least the main event is good. I'm taking Jean Silva. That's my entire breakdown, boys. My entire quick picks, my quick predictions. Let me know in the comments down below who you guys are taking in the main event, and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I will catch you boys in the next one. See you.